Hello and welcome to our playoffs. So we're going to start with the Notch Buckler, and this is Chaos against Skaven. So it's the teams that finished 6th and 7th. We've got 2 and 5 in the Chaos, 1, 2 and 4 on the Skaven. So both probably had pretty disappointing seasons. I know the Skaven coaches not enjoyed things quite so much this time. They've got a good record overall, sort of going back. But yeah, have struggled to get things going this time. Had a lot of players missing a lot of games, which is a Skaven thing that you get. But yeah, there they are. It is these two teams. For our first playoff game. Still 3 more semi-finals to come, followed by the finals and the third places. Oh, and that was an extremely slow load, but we've got there. At the Chaos team's ground. Inducements it was somewhere between 150 and 200, and I think the Skaven took a bribe and 2 Bloodwiser babes / kegs. So should have some better recover from knockout rolls, which is something they've struggled for a bit this season. Skaven not defending. What's the choice? So Skaven chose to defend. So they'll be taking the second turn. Let's go just these. So we are. And then we'll look at the Skaven first. So yeah, let's switch ends. So they've set up with their 3 of their more vulnerable players back here. So the thrower, who's got accurate, 2 gut runners, 1 with sprint, 1 with block. This is a block line rat, an unleveled one with movement 6, a unleveled storm vermin, a strength 4 storm vermin, who's been a really important player for them this season. The rat ogre's got guard on it, and then we've got 3 unleveled line rats here. That one's got a niggling injury, that one doesn't, and no bench. Just the 11 players. Chaos attacking first. Extra reroll each. We'll look at the Chaos setup. So that is a touchback. It would be nice here if they could have given the touchback to a Chaos Warrior who would level if they scored. But that's this guy who's on the line of scrimmage. So they've got 2 block Chaos Warriors, neither of them are on the line, which means they're not going to get the most out of them this turn. They've got 2 block Beastman, 1 block Mighty Blow, 1 dodge, and 2 unleveled ones back there. 1 unleveled one on the bench, and the Minotaur's got Claw, which I think, as I said at the end of the last one, there's only 3 players on the Skaven team. Claw's got to affect. But yeah, what I was noticing straight away, I went in and watched this live, or I think I joined pretty early on, but then went back to the beginning. But yeah, the 2 not block Chaos Warriors on the line means they're going to have more unreliable blocks straight away, and also you've got 5 block players. Only one of them is going to get to do anything, and if you've got these skills on your team, which are really valuable for Chaos, because you don't start with them, so as soon as you get them, they're really useful. But only one of these 5 players with that really useful skill is going to be able to use it this turn with your blitz. But putting them, lining them up here, and you can line up in a way that the Minotaur is going to get 3 dice as well, like we talked about in other videos. But yeah, starting with these 2 block warriors, these are great openers for blocks, because they could be like here and here, just block those away. Minotaur could be there with 2 assists for 3 dice into 3 dice, and then you blitz probably with this one, with Mighty Blow, try and take out a line rat. Would be a great way to open. Then you don't have to risk either of these 2 warriors with blocks. Maybe they can be the assists over here, so if the Minotaur doesn't get knocked down or someone else doesn't, you can have another go with them after. But when you've got the skills on, you've got to make use of those skills to get the most out of them. And the almost inevitable thing happened of a double both down. So one of these block warriors knocks that line right over, and you're still on foot. You've still got the extra reroll. It would have been 5 rerolls, but you still got a reroll for the rest of this turn as well. And there'd be the added benefit of could have given the ball to this guy on 4 points, so you can run it in and score if he's not there. It's something I started doing a lot when I was playing with lizard men relatively recently. Like keep a Saurus back off the line of scrimmage if you get a touchback, or even a high kick. You go stand it under a high kick, and then you've got a Saurus you can try and score with. You can do a similar thing with warriors as well, black orcs, that sort of player. So the 1 block player this turn who got to hit anybody was this warrior, and it was just a push. And then, yeah, keeping quite compact here, stepping forward a bit to start controlling this bit of the pitch, which is really important, especially when you're a bash team. If you can control the bit just inside your opponent's half of the line of scrimmage, you're kind of controlling the whole pitch from that point, as long as you're being careful. But that Strakeful Storm Vermin straight in has left himself marked by the Minotaur. And it means we're probably not going to see the Rat Ogre move. Skaven spreading out a bit. Yeah, so spreading out. I mentioned it was in the last video, this Chaos team were playing Amazons, and the Amazons were scattered all over the place and they spread the Chaos out loads. The Chaos need to make sure they stick together as a fighting unit, and that's where their strength advantage is going to become important. If they start getting a bit scattered again, like they did against the Amazons, they can find themselves in trouble, which is what happened then. So this is, I think I'd probably be looking at trying to get another assist here if it goes 3 dice. 3 dice for the Minotaur in this one. Gone for the straightforward Storm Vermin, who is more important. But yeah, if he had to push block again, he'd be marked by the Rat Ogre, which leaves him a bit vulnerable. And now they don't even have to move the Rat Ogre, they've got a ready-made Frenzy Trap just on the go there. Okay, Rat Ogre found a wild animal for the blitz. I'm not sure where that was going. It's probably one of these players over here. Yeah, Rat Ogre not moving, not playing. Okay, opening with that one. Like they're maybe trying to clear some space here. Okay, blocking blitz in there. They do have to be careful here, yeah. So pushback would have meant 2 dice into 1. They've got themselves a stun there, and now we've got 2 big guys staring at each other. Can get just 2 dice there. They can afford to take that because even if it goes wrong, they haven't left the ball exposed. The ball's pretty tight in here, and they could have made that 2 dice as well. It's another block they can take. And he grabs an injury. There we go. So the Mighty Blow player, I think quite a bit of this happens. That's a miss next game on that one. Emptied out a back cage corner there just to go and mark this one. That potentially just gives away a hit. Okay, this will be 2 dice into 1. Gets a stun with the first block, so I have to worry about the 1 dice. Brave way to open the turn though. That's to be the first dice you roll. Okay, going here. If this is a pal, they get 2 dice here as well, but they don't. It's this way, so that can be on the Mighty Blow. That's the block lineman. A couple of stuns that turn on Chaos players, and then going 1 dice just sort of push back. Keeping them engaged. Right, so Chaos doing quite a good job. They're blitzing over here. I'm not sure what that's going to be. Oh no, I think I do remember actually. I think they push this wing pretty quickly now, which I don't really need to do. Like I think in that last game against the Amazons, they went forward quite quickly and got caught out. They got short of players. They can kind of keep hold of this position for a bit, fight back here where they've got some contact. So these are just two dice blocks that they've been given, and then they've got someone who can blitz as well. And this Beastman's a good candidate for that because the Mighty Blow Beastman and the Minotaur are both stunned, so neither of them are going to be doing it. But I think they just really need to just keep holding this position, fight back here to get this space. They don't need to like rush down the wing because they haven't got that many players they can take. If they do, and yeah, that is on that thrower. So that wing's a bit open, and they can go that way. But it's not important to keep moving there if they don't want to. I mean, obviously they do want to, which is why they're doing it, and they're taking this space over here. But they can't take that much of their team, and it's going to be tricky to keep this completely safe. Especially because they've got this one who's in amongst them, who they can sort of fight off next turn. But so they get the power here, so that will give them 2 dice on both of those. There's another injury too, so that puts Skaven down to 9. It caps them at 9 for the game as well. The stun there too. So Skaven probably want to be looking at blitzing here. Maybe here if they go with the Rat Ogre. I thought maybe this was a good one. Then you can get players more in here, but it's going to move the Rat Ogre if you blitz with it. Okay, so they've got the ball carrier marked. Go for a foul on the Minotaur. They got the bribes, so they might as well. That's what they got the bribe for. It's just a stun. No dirty player on the Skaven team. And re-rolling that dodge to get in there. Okay, and I remember this as being a good turn to examine some coaching theory. So I pointed at and in wherever the links go, I'll put in my how to improve as a Blood Bowl coach link from my how to play playlist. But I mentioned about having some coaching in that one with Andy Davo and his 4 things to do in a turn. And so the first one is, because it's a good turn for it, what are you trying to do? You're basically trying to make sure the ball's safe, not necessarily score yet, because ideally you want to score in turn 8. But the key thing is, with the second question, is the ball safe? No, absolutely not, because the Rat Ogre's marking the ball carrier. And then the question, where is the blitz, comes in, and what points of contact do you have? And you can see you've not been left that many blocks on. There's maybe one there if you want to take a 1 dice. You've got the ball carrier marking the Rat Ogre. You've also got, when you stand this guy up, you've got an inbuilt assist. You can also see him as an inbuilt assist, and really the blitz being the key action you've got to make a difference every turn. This has to be the blitz. Like, you can't use the blitz anywhere that's not here if you're kind of trying to play this optimally. And that means really stand him up. So that's +1, that's +2 strength. This guy come blitz here. And then if you get him down, you've got all this space to come and claim. You've got 3 free players over here who can come around this way to shield there from these players. He can stand up to false dodges there at least. But once he's blitzed, you've also got this warrior who can come through, and then the ball carrier can come through here as well and get safe. Obviously that's a block you've been left on, and you can see the blitz as it gives me an opportunity to get an extra hit, but really it's much more than that. It's your big, like, game changer every turn, because it's allowing you to combine 2 actions in one player, which just doesn't happen. It happens once. It's really key to every turn. So really that's got to be the blitz with this guy, probably because he's got block as well. And then you free the ball carrier, because even if you get a pushback, you just shove him there, and then you've got, or maybe there to be marked by that one, so you know what the Rat Ogre's doing next turn. But the key thing is get that tackle zone off of this player, because that's a 4+ dodge at the moment, and you've got to make that better. So moved in here, so that's another assist. It's 2 assists there, but now the ball carrier is making the block, which is risky enough in itself, and it hasn't gone wrong here, but it's only both down. They didn't get to push it away. That means this has to be an armor break, or it's going to be really hard to stop the Skaven getting 2 dice on the ball. And it's not an armor break. And now, because this wasn't the blitz, he can't move. He's just standing next to a player who's stronger than him, The Skaven just have to mark these 2 players, and that's 2 dice on the ball into 2 dice on the ball. So blitzing there is going to free this Beastman up, but not really do a lot else. It doesn't even free the Beastman up because that's at the push there. And I focused a lot on that turn for it, because this is the turn where the Chaos's attack falls apart. So that's 1 assist down. Had to make a 3+ dodge there to get that assist, and that's 2 dice on the ball. And ball is down. Ball's down the edge of the pitch. If it goes off, you're always going to fancy the Skaven to win a race to the ball, which is what they're going to do, because that gut runner comes over here. And I was curious to see, actually, because they didn't make this choice. But yeah, stop in there. So he's gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could go 7, 8, 9. Throw it to this one who's unmarked. You're risking interceptions, but then he could just go down here. But they don't do that this turn. They just take it that way. So 2, 4, 6, 8. That one can reach. This one can still reach 2. Just 2 go for it. Okay, standing up there, that gives up the surf on the thrower. But there's 2 quite juicy places to use the blitz this turn. The fun one is that's a strength 4 one. Yeah, it has to be the warrior. Gets at least a push here. This one comes in with +1 strength. Blitz from that corner into the box. You can push that lineman into the thrower. Thrower goes off. Once he's there, warrior pushes that lineman off the pitch as well. So double surf definitely on the table. And I was trying to look at the time as well. Could you also get the rat ogre? But I don't think you can. No, you can't. Not without 2 blitzes. But the important blitz they've got is this player, who can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 go for it for 2 dice on the ball. He's got block, and that guy doesn't. So it's 55% because it does have dodge. You can't get another. Maybe if you get a knockdown there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he's an assist for 3 dice. And that's probably where the focus of this turn's got to be. Surf the thrower first. I pick up an injury on that one. I think this breaks the thrower actually as well. Yeah, -1 armor value. Double skulls there, so they're not going to have. And yeah, 1 and 81. So yeah, that's far more important. I mean, they may have tried and been getting a pushback so they could get this assist in for 3 dice. But yeah, I don't know. If they were just doing that first for the sake of it, it's quite poor play in many ways, because 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You need 2 go for it and 2 dice on the ball. You need the reroll for that action. That's got to be the key thing you do this turn. But yeah, hit a 181 in the dice there. But definitely not as important a move as the blitz on the ball, which they did have left on, because now they can just throw it even to that gut runner. Generates a point, and this one's gone. And they're so quick that the Chaos are not catching them. Although this one actually still can. Would have been worth a go for it there, especially with 3 rerolls. And that would have meant the best they could do was get a marker. And this 2+ with a reroll to dodge away. Yeah, I was trying to look here at because if you knock this one over, this one can blitz the ball carrier. He doesn't even need to dodge. At the moment, you've got hang on, how does he waste? 3+ to dodge. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so it's 2 go for it as well. But I was trying to look at, can you get? I don't know if it's worth it for 3+, 3+, 2+ to get another player in there. It does have dodge. So maybe, and you could have made a T-shape, pushed into this one to save yourself a go for it. Probably not really worth it, but it would have been fun. Minotaur's just trying to take him down, but fails one animal, and re-rolling loner there I think a bad call. It's almost always a bad call to reroll. Reroll. Use a loader reroll, or try to, especially when it's a wild animal, because without using the reroll there, you've still got 3+ dodge to try and hit the ball, and you need the reroll for that. As soon as wild animal goes wrong, you're saying, well, I have to make a 3+ dodge with no reroll. But they decide to just block there instead and give up the touchdown, basically. I think you keep the reroll and you try the dodge. Yeah, so they've pinned their warrior against the touchline there. Which might at the end of the turn just be worth a 4+ dodge into maybe a 3+ as well, if you're still standing. Gonna blitz the rat ogre though. Okay, he pushes there. Can't push there because that just gets that warrior surfed. Okay, so that one just moves forward, so absolutely no catching him now. Not with any kind of dice, just too far away. Couple of 2 dice blocks, that's just a push, but rerolls it. They got surplus rerolls, so kind of might as well. Pick up a stun. Right, ogre gets the knockdown. And coming in round here. Oh, 2 red dice on the Minotaur. Gets a push. Okay, so just consoling themselves with blocks at the end of this half. We go mighty blow on that one. That's the line rat. Okay, looking at surfing the rat ogre. Didn't need any assist for this because of horns. Rat ogre is gone, but not hurt, so I'll be back second half. That's a mighty blow hit on that lineman, who dies. That's this block line rat. Not apothecaried. Block line rats are replaceable. Gutter runners and storm vermin are much harder to replace. And he steps away from the line. And then a moment of weirdness because that was basically a touchdown that should have happened. And there was I wasn't in any voice chat or anything, and the Skaven coach wasn't either, but they'd been having loads of connection problems all through the half. And the Chaos coach kind of assumed that was what was happening again, but we didn't hear anything, and we got our messenger Blood Bowl chat. And where I was watching along, quite near the end, I was like, have they disconnected again? And basically we didn't get a chance to stop the game properly before finding out what happened, and there'd been an external emergency with a child, which meant the Skaven coach missed their turn, just missed the whole thing. Everyone else thought it was a connection issue, and it wasn't. But we did admin in that touchdown later on, so that it is effectively 1-0 to the Skaven at this point, who are now attacking. It's this gutter runner who scored. Yeah, so we can admin that in after, and we did, and the Chaos coach was very happy for that and was the first one to ask for it. But that could cause problems because this is a knockout game. So if the Chaos are 1-up with what in turn 16 with what finishes here, and the Skaven are owed a touchdown, that means they should be playing overtime, and I don't think that would work if I went in and changed the result afterwards. Also, if it was a draw after turn 16, they'd be playing overtime when the Skaven should already have won. So definite problems there. Flat setup on the flanks against Frenzy means you're going to get surfed, almost certainly, and that's what happens here. So need, and we'll sort of show this on the other side, because both flanks were vulnerable to this. It's not that many frenzy players in the league this season. It's just, well, the Minotaur and the Rat Ogre I think are the only ones at the moment. Oh no, Witch Elf in the Dark Elf team. But yes, the same here. So you can come in here, this guy can get surfed. You can push him there and you can push him there, like we just saw the Rat Ogre do. If you just step these ones furthest out, one back, you can't do that. Because you can't get into, you need to be in this square to surf there. Or if you can push this one twice, but then they're just going to be pinned against the touchline and not actually off of it. So when you're playing against Frenzy and you want to be wide like this, you need to just step that widest player back on square to protect against that. But I didn't, and I did against the. It wasn't quite this formation, but when I was playing Dark Elves in our last game, I left blitzers in those squares. That didn't get surfed. I spotted it after the first one, and yeah, didn't leave it on again. But yeah, here that surf opened up the gap, and they've got all the speed they need with the quick snap as well, especially to just cover over here. Yeah, and the Chaos coach was saying, I can't do anything to stop the score, but yeah, you could. So at the moment, this guy can reach. He can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's in reach. He just needs 2 dodges to do it. If you get a pushback here with your 2 dice, although actually this guy's assisting, you need, what do you need? You need another assist here. Because the Rat Ogre. How do they find this other assist? Okay, if that's a PAL, you follow up, you get your other assist, you make that 2 dice, and then you save yourself a dodge. But then you still got 3+, 2+, 2+ to score, which at the time I had a look at in sorry, not to score, to attempt a sack on the ball, which is what 55%. So same for the same chances of knocking someone over with a 2 dice block, you can get 2 dice on the ball. 76% with a reroll. Then actually getting the ball down makes it quite a bit harder. That takes it up to, I've got all these percentages here, I'm not just making them up or not just trying to remember them. Where are we? Yeah, to actually get the ball down as well on top of that. Oh, hang on, I was looking at the wrong thing. It's 46%, 77 with a reroll to get the 2 dice, but then to actually get the ball on the floor, 14%, 33 with a reroll. But it's worth a shot. You know, you can stop the score if you get it. So you do get the PAL here. Now you need a pushback here. Yeah, if that's a pushback, this guy's free and he can reach. It's a PAL, so he's free. He's just 3-2-2 away from 2 dice. But you need that square, so they're not doing that. Blitzing with the Minotaur. Trying to surf the Rat Ogre. Failed to go for it. And then failed loner again. Yeah, don't roll loners. I mean, don't roll go for it with loners as well, unless you really have to, which you just didn't there. That wasn't the optimal blitz choice. I mean, if the Minotaur didn't need go for it, so it was, but that made it not great. And there was a sack on the ball on, which is where the blitz probably should have gone. The Skaven 1-0 up, kind of 2-0 up in a way. So at the moment, not making it awkward for adding the admin touchdown later, which should have come in turn 8. Not many players though, just the 7 players. Against the whole Chaos team. Yeah, they've not lost anyone yet. Okay, both block players on the line this time. All 4 warriors and the Minotaur. That's a high kick. So maybe another chance. It would be nice to have a warrior available to stand under it. Went with a 4-point beastman though, who would level on the score. Opening with block player. And this one could go along. There, Minotaur's got 3 dice into 3. So 3 successful knockdowns, but no armor breaks from the 3. And yeah, just looking to gain ground. I don't think they'll be getting a blitz in, but they can definitely take some yardage. And if they can stand players in here to cut these 3 off from the rest of the team, they can just deal with these as they go. It will sort of take them out of the game. They either stand up and get hit again and risk getting injured, or they just stay there and they're not a factor. But it'd probably be good to sort of cut them off from the rest. So I've got the ball. That's on that 4-point beast man. Put it in with their strength 4. That's going to be on this guy. Who's the armor 8 one? Who's dead? Okay. No, I did know that. Yeah. So it wasn't armor 8 that hurt him, because they rolled a 10 on that anyway. And then used their apothecary on the dead to get a niggling injury. So that guy with now armor 8 and a niggling injury is not in good shape at all. He's already should maybe kind of been fired by now. But now with like 2 things that make him vulnerable, not a good plan to keep him on any longer. This Storm Vermin is both levelled and is a marker on the ball carrier. They could have maybe pushed in 1 more square in that for 2 markers to force a dodge. They're looking to make, I think that had to be thrown before that Mino block. That's really risky. You know how big guys are with their 2 dice blocks. That's a lot safer and more important, because that was just 2 dice on the ball you give up if you turn over with the Minotaur. Coming down here, going for a throw. Okay, pretty risky. I think because this Chaos coach is still like relatively new to the game. They've played in this league Undead, then Lizard Men, and then Chaos. And with every team, they've been quite a fan of throwing the ball around, and it's it's gone okay this time. That is giving up 2 dice on the ball day, but they've never played. I wonder if next time they're looking at, what team do I play next? Maybe try a team who passes the ball well, like has throwers and catchers in it, like an elf team or a humans or something. Might be worth a go. I think they might find that quite fun. But yeah, 2 dice on the ball here. It's quite easy. Not much good for retrieval, but you've got your assist here. You've got this Storm Vermin who is marked, but it's 3 to stand up. No, 3+ dodge for 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 3+, 2+ for 2 dice with a block player against a block player. So that'd be 55% for that knockdown. Got to make this dodge first. You do, and then they've got to make the go for it. Which I do, and just a push, but re-roll and get spell. Ball down, and then catching that is probably not ideal because they can't move it anywhere, and that's 2 dice on the ball already. Next turn, because it'll be strength 4 against 2 with the blitz there, so this assist doesn't even matter. Dodging away there, and this is a scoring threat. This has to be watched. I think first actions this turn, go and mark that, double mark it, 1 each side. So it's got 4+ catch and 3+, 2+ for dodging. But yeah, this is more important. Again, offering up every time you block with a Minotaur before you do the important thing, you're offering up a turnover and just almost asking for it in many ways. But that's the key action this turn. They're fun pals, 2 of them. Fires up and can still score here, so it's 3+, 3+. Rerolls the pick up, gets it and scores, and that's 1/1/2/1 to Skaven. And we'll go again. So that warrior's out. 4 Skaven out, including the dead. I think I might have just skipped knockouts if there were any. No one knocked out. No one knocked out now, anyway. So still 7 Skaven against 11 Chaos, but Chaos are down a warrior, which is going to hurt them. Still with a massive strength advantage, though. Coming over there, going to go for a pass, which is fumbled. And yeah, even gutter runners roll 1 sometimes, and but that was before they'd done anything else. Had the same setup on the wings there, like didn't learn from the last kickoff. Straight in there with the warriors, great. Go stand on the ball. Do that for someone else as well there, probably one of these beastmen. Just go stand in there. Let's in with the Minotaur. That's 3 dice on the gutter runner. Gutter runners are immune to claw though. Block guy down. Chaos around the ball. This is still, as it is though, a 4+ pickup for a gutter runner, which is not that bad. Okay, opening with the big guy blitz. He's safe though, pushes that warrior out the way, makes a gap. So they can attack that way. So they've gone with that one. Just wondering, so he's got 3, but this one, I wonder if he goes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then hand off, and then this one's got extra squares it can move. You're adding in 2 more dodges, but they're dodges that should be fine 35 times out of 36. And you're adding in a handoff, but you could be 2 more squares further forwards, which would be out of reach of all these. Because this guy runner's not doing a lot else, it's just standing there otherwise. Could have been the one to pick up the ball and hand off. Okay, so it does make it harder there. Going 2 dice uphill there is not great. Because I think as it was, yeah, this is the beastman who can reach. So you want to keep him marked. If a skull had come up there, he's just unmarked, and he goes 2, 4, 6, and it's 2+ for 2 dice on the ball. Can they get another one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One go for it. What is this? That's a storm vermin. So that has to be a knockdown, and then a go for it, and then you've got 3 dice on the ball. I think he's probably the best play. Minotaur's just going to have a walk and plays ball. They've got 2 dice on the rat ogre. Storm vermin is down. So that's 2 dice on the ball. Need to go for it. Could have gone another go for it there to try and get 3 dice. Finds a pow anyway. Okay, not a terrible scatter for the chaos because it's in a tackle zone. Well, it's going to be in a tackle zone anywhere. I suppose back here would have been better because it means the gut runner can still score quite easily here. Basically, if it's behind, he's got to go back and then go round. And this one's through, so another 2 dice there, and that's strength 4. Yeah, so I had the option of the strength 4 dodging to clear this one off, but that's no longer an option. I guess actually it is still can still reach, but yeah, just going for the gutter runner to go straight for it. So I was looking at, I mentioned this in our chat last night, but I was looking at 3+ dodge, 3+ pickup, 2+ dodge. So he goes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They go for 2+. So that's 4, 5, 6 for a 3+ pickup, 2+ dodge, 7, 8, 9, and a go for it. And it turned out this was slightly better on the numbers to do it this way, and it worked anyway. And that's 2 and up. So if it stays like this, we can add the other touchdown safely, and the game all goes as it should have. Skaven are in the lead with only 7 players as well. They're doing really well, getting a lot out of those 7 players that they've got. So we are down to having to put a Storm Vermin on the line of scrimmage, who's the only one that Claw can affect, so it might be worth matching up the Minotaur there, because he's the one who's going to most damage it. As these ones are just, armor 7 anyway. Have a quick snap, seeing. Ball is going quite shallow. I think they did once upon a time have a kick player, this Skaven team. They're not. They must have died. It was a line rat. So ball in there. And Chaos needs scoring threats before they roll dice. Probably before they roll dice, because they can just throw some players forwards. They've got 3 players they can get into scoring range, and that gives the Skaven players they have to deal with, as many as you can forwards, who can definitely reach the end zone. You leave the possibility on. If you start throwing these dice first, and that was a turnover before they re-rolled it, and you now don't have a re-roll to make a go for it this turn to get someone in scoring range. That was going to be the no, it was a block, but it failed on an animal. Yeah, so still got to pick up the ball and get players in scoring range with no reroll as it stands. So standing him there, and that's a foul pickup. So they're no one in scoring range. And it probably should have been first actions, just these 2 players and probably this one. Just go get in range. Okay, Gut Runner has the ball on a 4, and then he's just away. Can't reach the end zone. This is 2 dice into 1, but it's okay. Got the first one and grabs the casualty. So miss next game on that Beastman late on. Couple of points for the Rat Ogre. And leaving that Gut Runner pretty vulnerable to the Mighty Blow guy, but they get a pushback on 1 dice, and we'll just be looking at some blocks to end the game. One assist. They need straight 4 players need 1 assist to hit a Gut Runner on 3 dice, and it's worth doing because they're not easy to knock over. A knockout in there is just that Gut Runner's safe from injury, and he's not going to die. They can go for a pass. They've got a 4-point Beastman and they've got a 5-point Beastman. The 5-point Beastman is the one to make the throw with because he'll level. And I'm just pointing that out because I know they make the throw with this 4-point one who doesn't level. Got them the wrong way round. Successful as well. That had been a leveled Beastman. It wasn't though, and we did admin that up to 3-1, so that first touchdown in turn 8 did count. 2 good MVPs, so that Warrior's 1 point away. So if you're throwing a vanity pass with someone for nothing next game, this Warrior's the one to do it if he hasn't already leveled from casualties. But the Rat Ogre levels with that, which is cool. I think didn't need the casualty. He got right at the end to do it, but did anyway. So Chaos outblocking their opponents this time. They didn't against the Amazons. They got massively outblocked by Amazons. Grabbed a kill as well. Skaven also grabbed a kill, but it was apostle greed. A bunch of points there. This was actually 9 points for this gut runner who scored all 3 touchdowns. And yeah, there we go. I don't think there's a lot to see with dice. I've kind of stopped looking at these dice logs because I don't think they tell us enough on all this sort of stuff, because these are basically on the wrong teams. These kind of don't matter, and I think they're only there to show, look, it's a fairly even spread, although it wasn't in this case. But they had four casualties, so maybe the 6s were there. Doesn't really help. But yeah, so it did end 3-1, like we said. And there were 3 levels on Skaven players. No one leveled on the Chaos team, I don't think. They did replace the so that broken warrior who they used their apothecary on, they've replaced with a new one. The old one didn't even have any star player points, so this is just an immediate upgrade on that player, and that warrior would have been missing the next game as well. But otherwise they're as they were. This beastman's out as well, so they're on 11 players next match. They'll face the team that loses in the Undead against Humans semi-final. Skaven picked up 3 levels though, one of which is block on the Rat Ogre, which is very cool. They bought another thrower, so there might be Sack in this one who's broken. What else did they get? Sidestep on that gut runner who got all the touchdowns. So block, dodge, sidestep is a great combo. Mighty blow on this one as well, which was cool. But yeah, there we go. That's our first one. They're all separate competitions, so we don't get all the teams in here. It's because we use 3rd place playoffs, and you don't get that in a 4-team knockout. So yeah, just do them all separate games. Winners in the final, losers in the 3rd place playoff. That's how knockout competitions work. We'll have our next one. I know my game, which is High Elves against Amazons, in this one. Yeah, so wait for the Amazon team to accept their invitation, which isn't there because it was issued automatically. But yeah, they have got that. I better check that actually. I better make sure that's gone to them. Oh, if who is it? It's Lord Tarquin. If you're watching this and you haven't got a ticket, let me know because I will make sure it goes to you. Yeah, this is how my team look. We've got that agility 5 catcher. I'm quite excited to get going. We've got a throwback this time. We've got a new catcher, and we've got wrestle on this guy. That was our new. Yeah, that was our new thing. So a couple of wrestle players could be useful against Amazons because they've got some block players. We don't have any tackle. And we've only got 3 block players. Oh man, that's not many. Yeah, 1 lineman and the 2 blitzers. None of my catchers have got block yet. This one needs it. And I'd really like. He had no points last game. I'd like to get some next time. But yeah, we're playing Amazons. It's almost 200 TUE difference, so they're going to have some inducements as well. And we're playing that Monday. That was the point of that. So that's probably going to be the next game we have in this series.